Hello and welcome to Our Irish Life. In today's video, I am going to be focusing in on and giving you some details on the visas that you may need if you are considering moving to Ireland. If you are watching this video, I'm assuming that is something you may be considering in the near future or maybe down the road. So as I'm sure you are aware, there are many things to consider when you are thinking of moving to Ireland, such as the visas and permits, the cost of living, the moving costs, importing vehicles, residence rights of family members if you're going to bring them with you, healthcare, education, moving with pets, everything like that. So it can be very overwhelming, all of this information that you have to look into. So just to know, I am no expert on this. I'm just done my best to compile some information from different online resources, which I will link below. Just to make it easier for people to understand, I am going to be doing this sort of video as part of a series where I'll cover different topics in different videos that may be of use to you if you're considering moving here. So in today's video specifically, I'm going to be going through the visas that you need when moving to Ireland. And this can differ depending on where you are coming from and the reason you are coming here. So I'll go through all the different types of ones and like the different requirements for each. I'm also going to be going through the different types of visas, so short stay, long stay, everything like that. And I will talk briefly about pre-clearance and also then the cost of the visas at the end. So if that sounds like something you will be interested in, I will just jump straight into it and get going. So obviously before you move to Ireland, you need to know if you're entitled to live here, and this mainly depends on your nationality and also what you plan to do when you get here. I will be looking up and down. I can't remember all this information off by heart, so apologies if I'm looking up and down at my notes. So firstly then, for UK nationals, or in other words, citizens of the United Kingdom, so you're entitled to live in Ireland without any restrictions or conditions. So that's the first one. Then for EEA members and also nationals of Switzerland, so for anyone who doesn't know, EEA are member states of the EU and also Norway, Iceland and Liechtenstein. So for nationals of EEA countries and Switzerland, then you do have the right to enter Ireland with a valid passport. So you do not need a visa or pre-clearance just to enter the country. Also, family can travel with you, but if they are not citizens of EEA, Switzerland or the UK, they may need a visa to enter. So just to be aware. So once you are here then, you can stay for up to 3 months without restriction or 6 months if you are looking for a job. So after this point, you either need to be working or able to financially support yourself or be enrolled as a student. So while you're looking for work then, if you are citizens of these countries I have mentioned, you can transfer any unemployment benefit that you may have from your country of origin, and that can be paid to you in Ireland for up to 3 months or 6 months in some cases. So for any other countries then, so citizens of any other countries, so you may need to apply for a visa, or if not, you will definitely need permission to enter Ireland and also permission to stay here. So just a point to note. So you can get permission to enter Ireland from the immigration officer that's at the ferry port or the airport that you enter the country through. And if you enter through Northern Ireland, you still need to get permission to enter even after your arrival in the Republic. So also you may have to get a visa before you travel, which is like a type of pre-clearance that allows you to travel to Ireland. So even if you have a visa, you still need this permission to enter Ireland that I mentioned before. So just make sure that even if you do have the visa, you do get the permission to enter Ireland. So just to note, for all other countries that don't have the exemptions, you always need the permission, but sometimes you also require the visa as well. So I'm going to provide a link below to citizens information that is really helpful for figuring out if you need a visa or not, and it lists like the countries that are exempt and the ones that do need it. So it makes it very clear, and you can go through that to know exactly what you do need before you come. So there are lots of different types of visas then that I'm going to run through just quickly now. So there's short stay visas that last less than 3 months. So this is suitable if you're maybe traveling here as a tourist, coming to visit somebody, but you cannot stay any longer than 3 months. If you want to come back, you have to first leave and then reapply for that same visa if that's what suits you. So then for long stay visas, these last for more than 3 months and can be used for like study or work, or if you wish to settle here permanently, that sort of thing. So if you're granted this type of visa then, and you wish to stay for longer than 3 months, you need to register and get an Irish resident permit. So I'll link below and it'll give you more information on that. And it's also the Department of Justice, Home Affairs and Migration website is very, very useful for more information on this. So I will also link that below too. So you can go through it to be sure of exactly what you need. So then obviously you can get a student visa for if you're coming here just purely to study. Transit visas then. So if you're traveling through Ireland to get to another country, so on your way to another one, you may need this type of transit visa. So the citizens information link below also lists the countries that require these. And just to note, for this type of visa, it does not permit you to leave the ferry port or the airport. Even when you do have that visa, you are literally to stay there to be able to go to whatever country you're progressing to then. So then a school student visa waiver then. So if you're a citizen of a country that would normally need a visa to enter Ireland, you can apply to get a waiver for if you live in an EU or EEA country and you need to travel to Ireland for a school trip. So it's just something handy to know. It may avoid lots of different applications for you. So those are the main types of visas. If there's anything else I'm missing and you want information, please let me know. I might not have the answers readily available, but I can definitely point you in the right direction with various links and stuff like that. So I'm just going to quickly talk about pre-clearance then. So if you do not need a visa to come to Ireland, you may still need pre-clearance. So for example, if you want to come to volunteer, or if you are a minister of religion and wish to do that when you get here, or if you're a family member of a UK citizen, then you do need to apply for pre-clearance before coming to Ireland. You can do this online, and it also allows you to stay for no longer than 3 months, and the same as previously applies. So if you do wish to stay for longer than 3 months, you need to apply for that Irish residence permit after that point. I'm just going to quickly go through the costs of these type of visas as well then, just so you are aware. So a single journey visa at the moment costs about €60. A multi-journey visa costs about €100, and a transit visa costs about €25. So as I said, I am no expert on this area. I've just tried to compile a little bit of information that I may feel useful for anyone who may be overwhelmed with trying to figure out exactly what's going on if you are considering moving here. So I hope that the information I have given has been useful to you, and that the links below will be of use to you in some way. As I said, I am going to be doing other videos to follow along from this. I think in my next video I will aim to try and cover permits, so like different working permits and stuff like that. And I'll go through some of the other things that I mentioned before, so like importing vehicles and how you go about that. And then if you're moving with pets, I might try and cover that as well. So just some handy information for you. And thank you so much for coming along and listening to me, especially if you got this far. And I hope to see you again soon for more of Our Irish Life.